work should be completed and the MOT certificate issued by noon at the latest.
Mrs. Walker, I've told you. I can insist till I'm blue in the face. If they've got a lot of work on, there's nothing I can do about it.
Then take it to another garage.
That'll be an even longer job it'll have to do. It's all MOT all over again.
I have promised my Lady Vittler friends this Southport trip.
Well, we all have to break our promises.
I don't.
Have you thought about hiring a car?
I should do nothing of the kind. We're going in this car.
I wish I had your faith.
I have the utmost faith. Because you can't let us down the second time. There, dear. I'm just going to change. It'll only be about half an hour. You will have collected the car by then, won't you, Fred?
If it's done.
Well, if it's not done, all I can say is that my reputation is at stake. And that is something I have guarded rather jealously for a long time.
She's blaming me. She's putting it all down to me. It's not my flaming car, but it's her car.
You're going to let her get away with that, are you? Treating you like dirt? Like you're just the dog's body round here?
No.
Right then, plan A. Go and get that blazer.
Right, I will.
Good lad. Now then, what's my cuddly little friend having?
Half a mile.
I'll tell you what, Albert. If I ever get my own patchy front garden, you can be my own little personal garden gnome. How's that?
You never get tired of cracking daft jokes.
Well, I do. I mean, underneath this laughing clown's face, there's a whole lot of misery going on. But who wants a grizzling barmaid? We've got enough with long-faced customers. What's up with you?
Nothing that a good night's sleep couldn't cure. Can I have a pineapple juice, please?
I will tread the pineapple myself. Oh, turn round. Yeah, needs a good brush down. Now, have you got a white shirt and a dark tie?
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. So stop lying to Betty. You'll go a feather on the end of your conch. Well, go on. You've got to go and fetch car soon.
Look, Bet, I've been thinking, perhaps you won't like it. I mean, she might think I'm trying to make a fool out of her.
You are. Get going.
Fred, I don't know what it is she wants you to do, but you better do it. Last time she had that look in her eye, Japan surrendered.
I wasn't even born then. Ken, you used to drive a taxi, didn't you?
I have had that pleasure, and it was a pleasure.
Did they ever give you a cap? You know, like a chauffeur's hat for weddings and things?
Yes, it is, matter of fact. It's on top of the wardrobe, making me feel guilty every time I open the door.
You'd have felt more guilty if you'd kept the car and given him the cap back.
What would it be worth if I asked you to go home and fetch it back for me? You can name your own price.
To you? Nothing.
I was afraid you'd say that.
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be at home making egg sarnies.
Been shucked out. My own daughter's birthday, and I'm informed by an higher authority that I'm neither use nor ornament. Give us a pipe, Bet, will you?
Never mind. Wait till it comes to washing up and scraping egg custard off the walls. You'll be very much in demand then.
Nobody told me it was Tracy's birthday.
The whole house is bulging with little buns and biscuits. She's going to start raving mad.
Well, quite right, too. First birthday, something special.
Hey, where are you off to all of a sudden?
Do I ever question your movements?
Frequently.
Well, mind your own business.
Charlie.
Right, well, I better get off and get that cap for you then. By the way, what do you want it for?
Fred's going to pretend to be Mrs. Walker's chauffeur. She's taking some mates from the Lady Victuals to Southport, only she knows nought about it.
Ooh, she'll kill him.
Hopefully.
Or she might decide that she likes it.
Don't be a spoiled sport.
She'll do a nut.
She might just be tickled pink, Fred. Then again, she might not.
Well, I feel a right tater.
Well, you should feel proud. Proud that you're giving an elderly lady a bit of pleasure, spreading happiness. How do you think he looks?
Oh, smashing. Do you know I could fall for him myself if I wasn't promised to Omar Sharif?
I wonder where Ken's got to. I'll skin him alive if he lets me down.
Ken? What's he got to do with Ken?
Well, it's what you might call the crowning touch. Never mind, we'll meet him outside. She'll be down in a minute. She just put in the finishing touches to a visit to Southport out.
Well, don't worry, mate. If she does give you the boot, you could always get a job as a golf club secretary.
Has it been made better then? Bless its little rubber tyres.
It's fixing, it's had its MOT, so keep your mucky paws off. I've just finished polishing it.
I thought you'd got lost.
No, I didn't, but it did. I found it in a box under the spare bed in the end. I think Uncle Albert's been doing a bit of tidying. What'd it do?
If it'll fit, it'll do.
Oh, I'm not wearing that.
Now, Fred, there's no point in spoiling the ship for a for the tar. Perfect.
Very smart, Fred.
You've got a new career, do you know that, Fred? I can see you being snapped up by royalty. Talking of which... Right, Fred, do your stuff.
Thank you, Fred. May I just say how very smart you look? Although your tie is just a teeny bit crooked.
Would you believe it?
Like a duck to water.
I might have known.
Oh, hello. Somebody looks as if they've been enjoying themselves.
Superb. Absolutely superb. What a day, eh, Fred?
Yeah, what a day.
Have you got a minute, dear?
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
It was your idea, wasn't it?
Me, Mrs. Walker, whatever makes you think that?
Well, for once, it was a stroke of genius. I'm the envy of all my friends, if not of the entire town. Even Lord Street was a little stunned. Thank you, dear.
My pleasure.
And as a token of my appreciation, a little something for you.
Oh, Mrs. Walker. Oh, you shouldn't have. It's smashing. Hey, Elsie, have a sniff at that.
Just a little less exotic than what you usually wear. And Fred, for you. For all you've done today so willingly and so good-humouredly.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker. You needn't have bothered. It were my pleasure.
What is it?
The car cleaning kit.
Absolutely essential for a chauffeur.
You know, Fred, I think she expects you to do it regularly. Every Sunday and bank holiday as well.
She's had that. I'll do you a favour sometime.
Oh, dear. If there's one thing I do hate to see, it's a grown man being dominated by a woman. Unless she happens to be me, of course.
Oh, I'll have to go, girls.
Oh, Steve.
Go on then, tell them.
I'm staying.
Oh, that's fantastic. Isn't that fantastic, Sue? Yeah, great, I think.
Come on, I'll buy you both a drink to celebrate the start of my new career.
Hang about, I'm in the chair, you get the next one. What's your lemon?
Scott?
What can tonic? Same for me.
And I'll have my usual. Oh, and a word in your shell night while you're getting them. You're booked for Monday night.
Am I? What do I do about work?
Oh, Fred and Betty are coming.
I see. What's the big occasion?
Well, I've got this bloke coming up, important client. I said I'd fix him up.
And what am I supposed to be? A piece of flaming meat on the butcher's counter? I'll have that one, wrap it up, send it round, no tar.
Well, what's the hassle? I'm offering you a good night out.
Offering me? You're telling me you've got it all organised.
I thought you'd jump at it.
Well, think again, chum. I'm not running no instant escort service for your randy business pals. You can get a computer to do that.
I don't know why you're taking this attitude.
Well, then you don't know me as well as you think.
OK, you're a loss, darling.
I'll live with it, darling.
Well, never heard it drop.
What?
The bomb.
You know, you might have mentioned I'd have to put up with a sarky landlady before I took this place.
I see. Feeling like that then, are we?
Well, I was just sitting here, and I got to thinking. I was doing exactly the same thing last week, and the week before that, and the week before that. And for what? So I could walk from here to t'other end of the street for the thumpteenth time to the same old job. To see same old faces gawping at me through bottom at same old pint pots. I couldn't get over what an exciting life I live.
Well, speaking as one who's been on intimate terms all day with her own reflection through bacon slicer, know exactly what you mean.
Why the heck do we do it then?
Still, I could think of somebody not a million miles away from here who'd give anything to turn clock back a month and keep it there.
Has anybody heard from Emily?
I don't know, but I believe two who did it have got remanded again.
That's another thing, innit?
What?
Emily. She'll have it all brought back to her when the old trial.
Yeah, I suppose she will.
Oh, well. Back to the jam-butty mine.
And whose fault's that?
Well, it's not mine, cock. I've got to earn a living.
You could be going out with Mike Baldwin's mate tonight, and will you know it?
Except he didn't ask me, did he? Mr. Fix-It Baldwin did. And that should give you some idea exactly where Bet Lynch comes in his book.
Hello, Mike.
How nice to see you, mate. Have a good trip.
Oh, I had to wait a quarter of an hour for a taxi, but other than that...
Then why didn't you give us a call? I'd have picked you up from the station.
Is it all right if I
No,
go?
hang on a minute, Steve. I want you to meet George Livesey, Steve Fisher. He's my new management trainee.
Nice to know you, Steve.
And you, Mr. Livesey.
George.
George.
Yeah, right then. See you, Steve.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Baldwin. See you, George.
Yeah, see you, Steve. Nice lad.
Yeah, he's all right. I just wonder if he'll make a bus.
Well, that's a contradiction in terms.
What do you mean? I'm nice enough.
Since when? I was sorry to hear about Ernie Bishop. I never met him, of course, but I've spoken to him on the phone.
Yeah, nasty business. Don't think I'll ever get over it. Anyway, how are you, mate?
Oh, so-so. You?
You know me, ever the optimist.
Something big in the wind, maybe?
You'll never have a better deal.
Neither will you.
Cheers.
Hey, I nearly forgot.
Oh, can't it wait, kid? I'm late. Where's my flipping handbag?
A postcard.
Yes, you're not wrong.
From Alf.
Right, and he's missing you and he can't keep his mind on his job.
How do you know?
Because it says it on back.
Have you been reading it?
Well, when it comes through letterbox, backside up, I can hardly miss it now, can I?
All right, then, tomorrow. I'll put kettle on and you can steam rest of my nail open.
Don't waste your time, love. I've got X-ray eyes. It's all them carrots I eat. See you later, will I, love?
Yeah, I suppose so.
No better on, have you?
Well, I had, but I've missed half past Concord to Bahrain. And that sheik says that he'll not let his dinner go cold. Not even for me. Why?
Well, Betty owes me a favour. I thought if I could get off early, you might fancy nipping into town, you know, go to a club for a change.
You're on.
Right, I'll see what I can do. See you about 7, kid.
Right.
Try.
There you are.
There you are, lovely.
Oh, good shot. Hey, Betty, how would you be fixed if I had one of my bad hairs? No, Reenie's feeling a bit down. I thought I might take her to a club, give her a bit of fun.
Give her a bit of fun of you.
Betty, you do misjudge me, you know.
With very good reason. What am I going to tell Mrs. Walker?
I had a headache, so I had to go home. I mean, she knows all about headaches. She has one every other day.
Yeah, they're like yours. Very convenient.
Ah, Betty, you're a love.
You going off now, then?
No, I'm all right for a bit. I'll have to give her a fortnight to get ready.
Hey.
Come on, Benny.
Have you done with these?
Yes, love.
Yes, Right.
Yes, love.
Oh, hello, Betty. 2 large Scottish, please, love. All right.
Yes, fine. Thank you.
Oh, and whatever the lady with the cheeky little grin wants.
No thanks, Mike. I'm just off.
Warbling tonight, then?
I should hope not. Stag night tonight.
Oh, in that case, we might pop in later, eh, George? Local club.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I think you should be warned to have a bucket of cold water ready.
See you.
Come on, Marla.
Thank you.
Who's the friend, then?
Thought you weren't interested.
That's when I thought he was going to be your double.
Hard luck. Cheers, George.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
George Livesey, Bet Lynch.
Hello.
Hello. So you're Mike's friend. He said you were coming. He's talked about night else for days.
Yeah, well, more of a business acquaintance, really.
Well, any acquaintance of Mike's is a friend of mine. That right, Mike?
Yeah, if you say so.
I do.
Pleased to hear it.
My pleasure. Got a good night lined up for you, has he?
Oh, I expect so, yes, he usually has.
Yeah, he's a dab hand at that sort of thing, is Mike.
Mind you, it could always be better.
How's that?
What if you were coming with us?
Yeah, but unfortunately, she's working, aren't you, darling?
A drink, Bet, please.
Ah.
Not bad.
Ah, she's all right.
Can you do better?
You leave it to me, mate.
I don't suppose you could get off early.
Why?
Well, then we could take you out.
We?
Well, Mike's no gooseberry, are you, mate?
No, but she finds it very difficult to get time off, don't you?
No, I already have.
Great.
Yeah.
I heard some of that. I thought you said it was Reena that you were supposed to be going out with.
Now, Betty, Reenie won't mind. All's fair when it comes to getting yourself a good night out with a presentable fella.
Yes, well, I hope.
What?
I hope you live to regret it.
The only way I'm going to regret it, love, is if he turns out to be an inflatable model. I doubt that somehow, don't you?
Cheers.
Nice night, then.
Oh, yeah.
Nice night.
Look, if you're going, go, will you?
Might as well hang on while Reenie shows up.
What if Mrs. Walker shows her face? I can't tell you you've got a headache and you've gone home if you're standing here as large as life. Not come on.
No, I suppose not.
Well then.
What is he playing by here?
Last orders, gents.
What are you talking about? It's only just gone 7.
Well, I'm off. If you want out, speak now.
You really are off early, then?
Do I look like the kind of girl? What tells lies?
Anything special on?
Oh, just a friend. Reenie.
Well, that sounds like the sort of thing you could do any time.
Anytime.
Well, then.
Well, what?
Well, I'm sure you know the local places better than I do.
Now, just a minute.
Like the back of my hand.
Well, then.
Why not?
What about Reenie?
I only said I might if I could get off early.
No problem, then.
None at all.
Oh, thanks very much. Just what I needed, a nice night in.
You're in luck then, aren't you, love?
Ready when you are.
I'll just go and get my coat and bag.
Mike, there is just one thing you could do for me.
Go on.
Well, I came up on the train, didn't I?
Ah, so you want to borrow the car, do you? All right, yeah, you can have the estate.
Oh, come on, Mike. What about the Jag? You won't be using it.
No, I suppose you're right. Hang on. Might need a bit of juice.
Thanks, mate.
That's all right.
Tell Betty, I'm off now. You are a love.
I wouldn't have let you if I'd have known.
Of course you would. You're my pal.
More than you are.
Better have another large scotch, please, Betty, seeing as I'm staying.
Hello, hello. Where's that?
1, 2.
No, look, ready then?
Oh, Reen, so much cropped up.
Like him.
Mike's business friend.
See, I'm being stood up then, am I?
Now, wouldn't you do the same in my place?
Ned, it's only an hour since you said you wouldn't be seen dead out with him.
I've not met him then, have I? Now, Reen.
Oh, go on then.
Hey, Betty, but you wish you got my winning word. Try, girl.
Try. You should have said you'd go with her, you know. You had every right. They all have it.
Dash, I could hardly play gooseberry now, could I?
Join the club.
Thank you.
Thank you. And scotch and water, please.
Gin and tonic, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This one of your regular haunts?
Oh, the place would collapse without me. You know, I don't recall Mike mentioning you before this week.
He never wanted my order before. I was too small when I was on my own. Anyway, it would have cost him more to deliver than he'd have made out of the deal. But that was before the takeover.
Takeover?
Yeah, one of the big boys moved in. Took over half a dozen of us. They were itching to get their hands on the premises. I lost my job as boss, but they kept me on as chief buyer. Nice situation. It's like being your own boss, but with none of the worries.
And what did your wife think about that?
Not a lot, but she never took much interest anyway. She's got a job of her own. She goes her way, I tend to go mine.
That's convenient.
I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, congratulations. You hit the ball that time.
Fancy having your ears pierced at 10 paces, do you?
Now, look, just a minute. Look. Relax. Take your time. Aim for double top.
I am doing. Yeah. Would you like me to move in case I'm putting you off?
It's all right, I give in. You stick to your warbling. Leave the adders to the experts.
Like you mean?
I've had my moments.
Oh, you were saying?
I don't believe it.
Would you like me to do it again? No, Tarlo, no. We've only got about 10 minutes to closing.
That council meeting's taking its time, isn't it?
Oh, that'll have finished hours ago.
Where's your old fella then?
Well, he's got this idea in his skull that he didn't give financial support to about half a dozen pubs between here and the town hall on his way home. They'll all go bust. Why are you hanging on, waiting for him?
No, I was just hanging on in case the girls popped in.
You're getting lonely in your old days.
That obvious, is it?
They won't be doing. They're going to the pictures in town, said so at dinner time.
Oh, that's all right. Do in the morning then. Yeah, come to think of it, huh? You might be interested.
No, Tar. For one thing, I'm too tired, and for another, Len wouldn't like it. Anyway, you're old enough with me father.
No, I'm talking about shoplifters.
Don't talk to me about them.
Yeah, but then come to think of it, I don't suppose these brokers will be interested in you. Oh, I don't know, though. I mean, if there's anything worth pinching, they pinch it, don't they?
Who?
Ah, well, I've got a tip-off. There's a gang working this area. They're doing all the big stores and boutiques.
A gang?
Yeah. 12 girls come over from Liverpool in a minibus. And they split up when they get here. Jenny work in twos, right? Then when they finish, back on the bus and home.
You cheeky devils.
Oh, it's not cheap, mate. Big business.
Be surprised who's at it and all. You need eyes in back of your head. And it's not something you can blame kids for. Well, not all the time, anyway.
Here, do you know, they picked up a girl a little while back and she had a list on her of all the stuff she wanted, yeah. Christmas present orders from her mates.
Hey.
Talk about armchair shopping, eh?
Yeah, but do folks shop 'em when they see 'em in the act? Do they? Because, like, they turn to the way.
You'd be amazed if you knew what grew legs at closing time here. Pint pots, ashtrays, water jugs, light bulbs out the toilets. Oh, they'll take anything these days.
Well, we all have our problems, don't we?
Not screwed down. It'll go. A fella last week walked off with the toilet seat.
Oh. Well, thanks for the warning. I'll keep my eyes skinned.
Yeah, you do that, love.
No.
Are they talking about me?
Oh, they're not the only ones, though. That wine waiter couldn't take his eyes off you all night. God, did I blame him?
I did notice. He had plenty of opportunity and all. Do you know we've got through nearly 3 bottles?
Oh, wine doesn't affect me. Sunshine. Keep the change.
Thank you, sir. Shall I order you a taxi?
I've got the car outside.
Very well, sir.
Are you sure you're all right?
That, my love, is a leading question.
No, I meant to drive home. We could easily get a taxi and Mike could pick the car up tomorrow.
Don't stop worrying. Just relax and enjoy yourself.
Just take it easy, that's all. I want to get home in one piece.
Well, that makes 2 of us. And the sooner the better. Yeah, of course.
You've been in and out here all night.
I'm not too late, though, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, go on. Give us a couple of bottles for Len.
I don't know, I don't save my breath. I've got home to go to, you know.
Well, it can't be as pleasant as standing here chatting to me.
It's funny how everybody goes the same way sooner or later. I mean, you and Len. You're getting very like Hilda and Stan.
I shall pretend I never heard that.
Yeah, all right. I'll pretend I never said it. Come on, give us your money.
Even Blondie doesn't say things like that. Where is she, anyway?
You might well ask. Taken the night off, hasn't she? Kidded me she was going out with Reenie. She sloped off with that pal of Mike, what's it, you know, him across the road.
Oh, him.
Still, he looked all right, didn't he? Your type.
Oh?
Yeah, bit of a smoothie.
Oh, that's my type, is it? Oh, I must tell Len.
Oh, you know what I mean. Any road she's out there somewhere doing something she shouldn't, I shouldn't wonder.
I'll go there again if I'm asked. I quite fancy that waiter.
You gave him enough to look at, didn't you?
Complaining, are you?
Oh, no, I didn't complain.
That's nice.
No need to. I always get what I want.
I'm not too sure about that.
Get out of it, daft devil.
I'm not too sure about you either.
You're safer with me than you would be in your own kitchen, love.
You don't know what happens to me in my own kitchen.
I can guess. See him? You get some idiots on the road at this time of night. Couple of pints and they're James Hunt.
You've had a few yourself.
Makes me better. At everything.
That I'll never know. Don't go so fast.
Good stretch of road, this. Keep your eyes open for the law.
Keep yours open, I'm going to sleep.
No stamina, you birds. God!
What happened?
You're all right, love. I'll get you home. You're all right.
What happened? We hit something.
Yeah, it was only the curb. Don't worry, I'll get you home.
Come on, bring her in here. Let's have a look.
Oh, Reenie, do stop fussing.
Fussing? You can hardly stand up.
I'm all right. Will you be told? It's just knocked me a bit sick, that's all.
Get on bed and let's have a look at you.
How are you feeling now?
Let's look. Oh, I don't know, love. I think you should go to hospital and have it x-rayed.
She's all right. It's only a little bump.
Let me tell you, Mr. Whatever your name is, little bumps have a very nasty habit of turning into big trouble.
But there's nothing wrong with me. A couple of aspirins won't cure. And his name's George. This is Renee.
Hello, Renee.
Hello, George. How did it happen?
I hit the curb and she bumped her head on the windscreen, that's all.
I see. Oh, it's the pity the police didn't stop you. I can smell you from here.
I like your friend.
Oh, shut up, Renee. Look, George, go home. I'll see you tomorrow.
Look, she'll be all right.
She will now. Now, Fanny Flyby night. So, not so bad. Probably save you from a fate worse than death, eh?
Oh, hello, George. Just talking about you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, young Steve's going to show you around.
Oh, great.
Oh, give you a rough time last night, did you?
Well, you know how it is.
Both enjoy your little selves?
Yeah, a bit too much. I'm afraid we had a bit of a bump. Offside front wing, nothing much. If it needs anything doing, let me have the bill.
Rather have your order.
I reckon you've near enough got there. Come on, there.
Hello, Lynch. No Bet yet?
She's in the back. Bet, you wanted?
I don't want her. I were only asking. Oh, wouldn't he take no for an answer?
I bumped my head on his wallet.
Hey, them's the kind I like. And Ken, of course.
Hands off him, it's spoken for.
I know. Brought him in our shop last night. Very nice, but...
But what?
Well, I always thought you liked 'em clever,
Yeah.
like me.
Clever? Well, what's she got?
Here, I'm the one that insults my husband. Is it serious, Ken?
Look, if you think I'm lonely, why don't you do something about it yourself?
Right. When? How about tonight?
Behind the gasworks, you're on.
Good.
Right, just lock Len at the coal house and we'll be away then.
Hiya, love. Read that. Oh. That's the way you came, wasn't it? Kingsway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a man was knocked down in Parswood about 11 o'clock. And you had your bump about 11 o'clock.
Well, it can't be us.
Oh, really? They said that a red saloon car drove away at speed and that the police want to interview the driver, along with witnesses who have knowledge of the incident.
Oh, Reen. What shall I do?
Oh, Lord, if I know.
So, you like the setup, yeah?
Yeah, a tiny bit small, maybe.
What do you mean? Half my London production's going over to your stuff as well, you know.
Well, do you reckon that's enough?
Look, when I don't deliver, you start shouting.
I haven't said yes yet.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Baldwin. Look, Bet Lynch, the lady across the road, said, would you mind coming over to see her? It's urgent, she said.
Aye, aye.
I'll be there.
Well, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Nothing I can't handle.
Yes, Albert.
Half a bitter.
Please?
Please what?
Half a bitter.
That's what I said.
I hear you've been doing a little bit of matchmaking with your Ken and that Cropodis girl. Couldn't do anything for me, could you? Oh, come on, Albert. For goodness sake, book your ideas up. A smile costs nought.
When I've got something to smile about, I'll smile.
Sure, that fella, one of these days...
Just a minute, love. You better go through there. I'd rather be private. Well, sit down. I think you better read that. Well?
So? They don't know who it was?
Do you?
Yes, it was us.
You, not us.
All right, me then.
So what are you going to do about it? You've seen what it says there.
Yeah, no, I see.
So what are you going to do about it?
What do you think I'm going to do about it? Nothing.
Well, I'm going to the police.
No, you're not. Because you don't know the whole story. Now, I shouldn't have been driving that car last night because I lost my license 6 months ago for drunken driving. Now, where do you think that leaves me?
You should have thought about that.
We all should have thought about that. OK, you didn't know I was short of a license, but you knew I was driving. You knew I was getting tanked up. But that didn't matter because you were enjoying yourself. And as soon as something happens, it's different.
I told you to slow down.
Oh, yes. That's not all you told me. You told me you were having a great time. You told me thanks. You threw your arms around me and gave me a great big kiss when I was driving down a dual carriageway at 50 miles an hour. Look, I'll make it worth your while.
Oh, no, you won't.
Now, listen. Let's go and have a chat with Mike. He's involved because it's his car. Now, let's see what he says before we do anything daft, all right?
All right.
Betty. Yes, love.
I'm nipping out for a minute.
Yes, John.
Oh, hello. Is young Fish in there? Oh, Steve, look, the factory inspector's coming this afternoon. Mason, so... What? Well, why didn't you tell me he was there? No, OK. No, keep looking after him. But if he wants me, tell him I'm here, all right? Yeah, OK. Where's the file?
Read that.
Sir?
Tell him.
What is there to say?
It's you?
Yeah.
In my car?
Yeah.
Then why didn't you stop?
Come on, Mike, you know the story.
Did you know that he'd lost his licence when you lent him that car?
No, I didn't. I know he'd been in trouble with the law, but I didn't know he's lost his licence. You're in trouble, mate. Real trouble.
Not by myself.
Oh?
Well, like you said, your car.
Oh, I see. And as I'm the registered owner of the vehicle, it's up to me to report all accidents, but I didn't. Is that it?
Well, I hadn't thought of that, but you are involved.
Oh?
I thought maybe you could help talk some sense into this one.
Go on.
Have you seen the car?
Yeah.
Any marks?
Small dent, front wing?
Yeah, very small. So it's 1,000 to 1 against us getting copped for it.
Oh, no, mate. Against you getting copped.
All right, then. Me. Tell her.
I don't feel like telling her, George. I feel like telling you, and the message is this. If you don't go to the police, you're a mug, because they may find out. And if they don't find out, she may tell them. Or I might.
If you tell her, Mike, you'll be the mug. Because I've got a contract on that table to keep your factory on its feet. Now, what do you think's going to happen to that? And do you realise how many of your pals you'll be chucking out of a job?
Sorry, but Mr. Mason's down at workroom with Elsie. Says, can he have a word?
Yeah. I'll be back.
He'll see reason. Worst things happen at sea, you know.
Do they?
Oh, come on. You were all over me last night.
That was before I knew you.
You're marvellous, you women, aren't you? Showing everything you got one day and joining the Sally Army the next. Look, just suppose it had been your friend Mike. What do you reckon he'd have done?
Ask him.
Ask me what?
Made up your mind, then?
Yeah, I made up my mind. You find the number you want in there under the heading police.
And suppose I don't bother
Now you
looking.
listen.
Look, Mike, that guy's on the danger
Now you
list.
listen to me. The one thing I found out about that Ernie business was that some coppers can do their job. They just might find out. And if they do, I'm in it up to here because it was my car. Remember? So no ifs, no buts. You tell them or I do. And I've a feeling they'd rather hear it coming from you. The number you want is 2222.
You sure this is the way you want it? Hello? Hello. My name's George Livesey. I'd like to talk to somebody about an accident last night. The one on Kingsway at East Didsbury. Fella got run over. Yeah. Yeah, I can come down there. No, not far. I'm at the denim factory in Coronation Street. Yeah. No, I can find it. Who do I ask for? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, all right. You know, you're a very lucky young lady. I'll not be involving you in this because I'm in enough trouble without my wife finding out you were in the car with me. But you, Mike, you ain't so lucky. You can kiss your contract goodbye.
Great, great. And while I'm at it, you can kiss your wife goodbye.
You're going to get that contract, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. If he's got the sense, I think he has.
5 o'clock if you're getting ready.
OK, love.
Are you all right?
Yeah, fine.
Still keeping it to yourself?
There's not much to tell. I mean, you knew all fellas were rotters, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
So, all fellas are rotters, now it's changed.
I told her you should have gone with me.
Aye. We never learn, do we?
No, we don't, and that's a fact.
God help us if we do. Life would be damn boring.